Peace, was good. Welcome to the hip hop album review. This is part 65. I know it's been a while. It's been like a month and change since I've done one, but better late than never, right? Without further ado, the album that we'll be reviewing is Sabac or Sabac, as he goes by. Sabacalypse, A Change Gonna Come, released in 2004. Dope fucking title. I like that. You know what I'm saying? For those who don't know who Sabac is or Sabac, he's an MC from Brooklyn, New York. He's a Puerto Rican and Sicilian descent. He actually got his start back in the early 90s. I want to say like back in like I think like 92, 93. You know, he started off like most people have, you know, just writing rhymes, you know, entering open mics, battling heads and all that shit. Growing up, he used to get in trouble with the law, you know what I mean? So he did something about that. He actually got a job at the City Kids Foundation, which is pretty much like a boys and girls club, but in New York City. It kind of directs towards like inner city kids in New York City, and he actually became a program director of that job of City Kids, and you know, during that time, you know, he's also still, you know, penning, you know, and penning his rhymes and stuff like that. He actually met Ill Bill back in the mid '90s, and they formed, you know, Nonfiction, you know, with Nonfiction with Ill Bill, Gore-Tex, Sabac Red, and DJ Eclipse, and you know, they were discovered by MC Search of Third Base. You know, Nonfiction, they put out their first single. What was that shit called? I think it was called Legacy, No Tomorrow, which I fucking love that song, No Tomorrow. That's a fucking ill-ass song. And in like 98, they put out, I think, I Shot Reagan back in 1998, I believe. And fast forward, they put out a whole bunch of 12 inches, like 5 barrels and all that shit. And fast forward to 2002, they had to release the cult classic album, The Future's Now by Nonfiction, which is out of print and it goes for a pretty penny. I've seen it for as much as like $40 online, but I got it back in the day when it came out back in 2002. I actually got it as a Christmas gift. And then fast forward to 2004, Sabac released this album right here. Alright, you see the cover, here's the back. Fucking love that cover. I love the picture, pretty dope. That's what the CD looks like. Open it up. I see Sabac Red chilling in the background. You see the city background right behind him. Pretty dope. CDs right here. Open it up. And we just skim through some of the pictures. As you can see here chilling right here. See Sabac sitting on the mailbox. You see you know, Sabac chilling in the city. As you can see like the track list and, you know, fucking dope pictures. I fucking love these pictures, man. It's dope. The Empire State Building right here, fucking dope. Yeah. You see, you know, miscellaneous pictures with Sabac Red and a whole bunch of people that's been featured on the album. You know, people that recorded on the album. You see pictures with them and stuff like that. It's pretty dope. I fucking love that, you know. And it has like, you know, kind of like an intermission telling about, you know, what's going on in the world and shit like that. You know, hold your head up and that type of things. As you can see him performing his ass off, and you see like the promos of the albums that came off of Psycho+Logical-Records. Like this is Ill Bill's first album, What's Wrong with Bill, that came out 2004. I need to get my hands on that shit. That album's actually out of print, so I'm trying to get my hands on that. Another album I need to get my hands on, Born of the Naked Dead, which is also the name of a movie that came out back in '74, which he got the name from. I'm trying to get my hands on that album, that movie, but it's actually out of print too. There's a promo of Necro's his third album, Prefix for Death, that came out 2004. Another dope album that I need to get my hands on. Gore-Tex, The Art of Dying, which I do have my hands on. I do have the album. I'll definitely be doing a review on that album. The Secret Society, the promo for that. a group that never came out, to say the least. That shit never came out. Then you see Brutality, part one, which I do have in my collection. The Street Villains mixtape, like a porno DVD that Necro made. I guess like stuff that he's filmed and shit. Not him in it, but just like regular shit. You know what I mean? And the Gory Days DVD, which is pretty much like you just see him like doing performance, like doing like radio interviews like with Bobito and all that shit. It's pretty cool. It's actually on YouTube, so if you can find it, definitely check it out. Then you got Gory Days, which I do have in my collection. I Need Drugs, which I don't have. All the demo joints and like which I don't have, which I need to get my hands on. Psycho+Logical-Records. Sabac right here. Non-fiction. Sabac right here. Sabac. Alright, it's gonna be a short review because like I said, not much really to talk about, but pretty much very dope album. I highly recommend checking this album out. Production was done by Necro. Necro does all the beats, which is fucking dope because Necro is a dope producer. I feel like he's very slept on as far as production, as an MC too. But people kind of shit on Necro and the lyrics. I don't know, people don't like his rapping, but people kind of like his production. But I don't know, I feel like Necro needs more. I feel like he needs to reach out more to like other MCs because because Necro's dope with the beats. But I'm looking forward to that fucking Godfather's album. That shit needs to come out. November 18th, that's just coming out. I definitely will be picking that shit up. I'll definitely be doing a review on that. And I know that's just be dope. Anyways, like I said, production is done by Necro. He's executive producer of the album, so you know how that goes. Has 20 tracks. A lot of the songs deal with a lot of there's a lot of political. It has a big political theme with it, So if you guys like kind of like Immortal Technique, Chuck D, Diabolic, Vinny Paz, you like shit like that, you'll definitely enjoy this album right here. You got interesting songs like Positive and Negative. Pretty dope track, which positive. The song Sabac's verse, talks about the positive shit that he's trying to do, like him trying to avoid going to jail. He talks about him trying to avoid going to jail by joining the city, like I said, becoming the program director of the City Kids Foundation. And Negative, Necro, his verse, where Necro talks about the negative shit in his life and talks about shit that, talk about y'all fucking pregnant bitches and not paying child support and, crazy shit like that. Just killing niggas and all that shit. You know how Necro gets down, but that's what I love about Necro, because he tells it like it is and he doesn't sugarcoat shit, you know what I mean? That song actually, it kind of reminds me of that song with Alchemist and Big Twin called Different Worlds, where Alchemist talks about how he grew up in Beverly Hills, how he's tried doing the right thing, and Twin talks about the negative shit that he's been through, like him, selling drugs and just putting in work in the streets and shit like that. That's what that song reminded me of. What's another song to talk about? The Scientist, AIDS in parentheses. They talk about it features Q Unique, another dope MC, another underrated MC. I believe Q Unique, he was part of Psycho+Logical-Records. I don't think he's with them anymore. I think he's with Creative Juices. I could be wrong about that, but I know at one point he was affiliated with Psycho+Logical-Records, or if he still is, I'm not sure. But that song Science featuring Q Unique, they talk about the development of AIDS and all that shit, how it's pretty much man-made and all that crazy shit, you know what I mean? A Change Gonna Come, fucking love that song. I love the sample in that song. It has like that 80s vibe to it. Change Gonna Come, there's a video for that. Definitely check that out. It's on YouTube. You can check it on YouTube. Get the Change Gonna Come, which is like the last song, the remix, which is called the Militant Metal Mix, which is like the rock remix. Necro, he does the guitar, because he plays guitar too. He used to be in a rock band back in the day. But yeah, this is actually a pretty dope album. I highly recommend it. Like I said, if you like, Immortal Technique, like political MCs, like that type of stage, then you'll definitely enjoy this album. Um, I was reading, I think it was a audio, I think it was like a video interview that I saw, or it was an interview that I read, where Necro, talk about Sabac Red, because Sabac Red he's not with Psychological Records no more. I think he got dropped. I think he got dropped with Psychological Records or something like that. And there was a reason for that, because I was doing some research when he put out his second album, The Ritual, which also comes with the DVD. He was under, I guess he was under Koch Records, and because of that, he was with Koch Records. I think that caused conflict with Psychological Records and Koch. So I think that's what he got dropped off of Psychological Records. But Necro was saying, but getting back to what I said about Necro, I think Necro was saying something about how he still fucks with Sabac Red. They get along, cause a lot of people from non-fiction don't get along. Mainly like Ill Bill and Gore-Tex and Gore-Tex and Necro, they don't get along and shit like that. But I think Sabac is kind of like neutral between all of them. But he talks about how when he was doing this album, when he was producing the album, Necro wasn't really about the whole political steez, because Necro, he's all about that street shit, that death rap shit, that gory shit. That's what he talks about. He talks about that grimy shit, and it wasn't really his steez, but it was something different that he did, and you could tell by the production, it's something different. But the album was still dark. It still has like Necro's dark production and stuff like that. But he's still cool with with Sabac, so they're cool and shit. But yeah. But this is Sabac Red. Sabacalypse, A Change Gonna Come, released in 2004. If you can find it, pick it up, because this album is actually out of print. But I believe if you go on Necro's website, Psychological Records, or Necro Hip Hop, I think it's called. You can actually get the instrumentals or some shit like that. But if you can find this for a decent price, definitely pick this album up. And that's it. Stay tuned for more reviews. Might do another one tomorrow, I'm not sure. Might do one tonight, not sure. Depends how I feel. That's it. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Peace.